heart. And many people here have that same heart as well, because it runs in our family. Your father, my great-grandfather, many of you don't know, came here with almost nothing to his name and built an entire store that was very, very successful, which he passed out to Grandpa. This runs deep in our family. I found out that the word mendo, which is where the mendito comes from, it's actually Spanish, but don't be prejudiced, it's cool. You're still Italian, okay? But it actually means that who sacrifices to God. That's the actual definition. It's a very beautiful thing. And so if you look past and you go into Grandpa and his history, he's had a lot of things in his life that he's done. And that culminated in one moment for me in my life. It was late, it was like 2 in the morning, and I was raiding his refrigerator, which, if you've ever been to his refrigerator, he's got about 2 years of food there. And I'll tell you, you may find it strange, but if you're hungry, it really helps. So he was eating fruitcake, and he proceeded to tell me about all these things that he did. I just stayed up with him for 2 hours, and he ended up telling me all these things. And in my life, I've had difficulty trying to figure out, where did all my talents come from? Where did all my weird interests come from? And it all culminated in one moment where I realized this man. It all came from this man. And many of you may feel that way too, if you have interesting talents or abilities. You know, it all comes from somewhere. And sometimes we don't want to admit that, but it definitely does. And I had an epiphany, a very proud moment in my life from my grandfather, because in my career I've kept trying to search for what I call the Da Vincians, what I call people who have pushed their limits, they explore their interests. And I've tried to find an example of that kind of person, and that person is sitting here right here. My grandfather is probably one of the last, and I meet a lot of people, he's one of the last Renaissance men of our age to really have done and been and do all these great things in his life. And it's absolutely beautiful. And I can say that poker is one of his great interests, right? Poker is a great interest. And I learned how to play a great poker game from him, okay? But I learned more than that, because the game of poker is about risk-taking. And there's one thing that you can't say about my grandfather, is that he's afraid of taking risks. His whole life has been about pushing the limit, pushing it and being able to go and do it. And even when he's scared, to go do it anyway. And I think that's an admirable quality. And I think for us, like I was telling him, I would love to be able to just drive across the desert with no phone. I mean, that's cool. I would love to be able to do that. But he actually did it. And that's what it's about, isn't it? The poker, it's the game of life. And Grandpa has actually played that game very well in all that he's been able to do. I was telling my Tai Chi master that my grandfather is turning 100. And he was like, wow. I think he wanted to like give up his career and follow my grandpa and like study, right? Play poker with him and study with him. There's a lot of reasons why he's here today. And I can say that one of them, and one of the feelings that we have towards him, is complete awe. We stand and we look at him and we're like, how does he do it? How does he do all these things? You see this painting, right? You take a look at this painting. There's another painting back there. It's a beautiful painting. But what you may not know is that he's colorblind. He's colorblind. How the heck do you do that? How do you do that? That's the mystery of this man. And I can say that mystery is because, you want to know why he was able to do all these things? Because nobody told him he couldn't. That's the reason. He always pushed the line. And I can say, as I speak for my family and all of us here, that I am very proud that you are our elder, Grandpa. And I'm very proud to be your grandson. I'm very proud that, I have your name. And I'm damn proud that you're my grandfather. Happy birthday to another 100 years.
Anybody who's talking to you guys?
I think so.
Grandpa's going to say a few words.
If you don't mind, if I stay in my seat, I won't be able to stand up too long. Maybe I can, I don't know. I'm not that old. Anyway, I'm very proud to be here.
Yeah, point it towards you. Point it towards you. It's on.
Oh, is it on now?
There you go.
All right. Well, I'm very proud to be here. I'm certainly proud that my grandson has arranged to honor me in this respect. My daughter here, where she disappeared too. My grandchildren here. I have one other grandchild that lives in Italy, and she's married and has a couple children, I think, too, yet. And of course, she promised to come back to America sooner or later, but she's got to contend with her husband for that. Because she's born and raised there. But anyway, I'm very glad that all of you are here. A couple of special friends at the table there, and all other friends. And here's my nephew here, the Reverend Church on Street Road there, Philadelphia Gospel Tabernacle, I think it's called. And if I could enumerate so many other people here by name, but there'd be too many. But they're all good friends of mine. I know them all from past. Somehow or other, my life blended in with it too, and I've enjoyed all those years and experiences. And certainly enjoying being here now with all you people. And I wish you all good time here with me. Thank you very much.
We all